What up? My name is Brad. Welcome back to Dragon Ball Legends. Today, we're taking a look at a different thing. I didn't really want to make 498 like a gameplay video today, just strictly because I just wasn't really feeling it. You know what I mean? And I think PvP goes into maintenance and everything as well. Couple things. So I thought we'd sit down and take a look at. I did 6 units that are very underrated. In one way or another, because I wanted to do 2 Sparkings, 2 Extremes, and 2 Heroes. Maybe it'll shed some light on you guys and be like, huh, okay, it's not such a bad unit, even though it looks like that. Maybe it won't, I don't know. Maybe you guys are just like, you know what, I already knew all these guys are good, or I think they're all trash and I only use Broly. I don't know, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, if you enjoy Dragon Ball Legends content, make sure you go down below and subscribe to the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Like the video if you actually like the video. So if you genuinely enjoy it, leave me that like. If you don't enjoy it, leave me that dislike. That's fine. Perfect. I'm not like, yo, you need to like this. Okay, dude? I ain't one of those hype beasts. If you enjoy it, like it. Leave me a comment, iPhone or Android. Which one do you use? Gives you a chance to win a gift card, so it's $10 to either iPhone, to Android, Google Play, iTunes, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, let's get in. Like I said, we get 2 of each, and we'll just go through this list, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Okay, so 6 and 5 are going to both be Heroes. 4 and 3 are going to both be Extremes. 2 and 1 are going to both be Sparkings. Starting out the list is Hero Turlet. Now, I made a 498 on this guy for a reason. There's only, I think, 2 heroes that I've made a 498 on. A couple heroes I made a 398 on, mainly for goofs and gaffs. Honestly, for having, like, Cybermen and stuff like that. You guys won't be seeing them on this list. But truthfully, Turlet is good, and it's strictly because he's a movie Saga's character. Taking a look through, and we'll look at LBR stats and his normal stats. So when you jump into here, he's got 59,000 in the blast attack. That's pretty decent. That's at least extreme level. It's lower sparking level, so like that's still higher than like Super Saiyan Trunks, stuff like that. Looking at LBR status as well, he gets all the way over 60,000. Both his defenses are over 50k. Key restore speed's okay. Criticals again okay. If you want to take a look at his 498, I do go a little more in depth. We do actually kind of mollywop with him in that video, and like I said, it's strictly because he's on the movies. So he has access to great equipment. A lot of the equipment in this game is aimed at movie units. He has great support between Cooler, Bojack, Cooler again, any of them really. Even Broly and Broly, you can cover both attacks with a Broly that's even 2-star, and then a Broly that's like the Fury Broly. If he's like 5-star even, you cover Strike Attack. The other guy's only 2-star, you cover Blast Attack, and even if not, you cover both of them. It's just. It's a very, very good team. I think you get that. Green card, I do like when green cards restore health. I'm a big fan of that. That's why I like Extreme Bardock so much. It's very hard for Extremes. Extremes can live in this meta, but they have to really be a top tier Extreme. You know what I mean? Heroes, I would say it's really him, Hero Salza, Shallot, and then Hero Super Saiyan Goku are like the 4 that can live in this meta. I would say not many other heroes really can. There was a meta there for a little while where heroes were doing alright. Krillin's not bad, but you start getting to that, too many blues, and he doesn't work well as 18 because 18, the yellow one's decent. There's just a lot of things to it, but he does okay. Movie team will always be pretty much alright. Restore his own health by 20%, Ki by 30. That's a fantastic main ability. Z, good strike defenses for all Saiyans, which is awesome. Damage inflicted from start of battle. So once you start that battle, you get 25% more damage. That's putting you at like a sparking level. I mean, honestly, like that's good. If you can get in there and get some combos, you can get good damage. I don't know. I apologize. I'm like really, really sick. Honestly, like I woke up today and I thought I was dying. It's been really bad. So I'm sorry if I'm coughing a bunch and stuff like that, and like my voice just cuts. I apologize. But yeah, Hero Turles is gonna be my number 6 entry because he's actually really good. Go peep his 498 for a little bit more. Alright, number 5 is going to be the other hero that I've made a 498 on. Now, Super Saiyan Goku is a weird thing because I made a 398 on him, and it's actually the most popular video on my entire channel. I don't know why, but you guys just chose to give it 55,000 views last time I checked it. So, that's great. You know what I mean? I have no qualms over it. It's just, I made the 498, and when they released Bardock, like Super Saiyan Bardock, they actually made this guy really close to top tier. I'm telling you truthfully, anybody that's told me after they watched my 498 or even my 398 that they started using Hero Super Saiyan Goku, he's good. Like, he's a really, really top tier hero unit. He's at least extreme level. Minimum. He may as well be an extreme unit. Don't even look at him as a hero unit. Again, if you always want to see more on these, I make 498s on almost anything. Same with 398s. Go peep those even. That'll show you a little bit. Looking at his LBR stats though. So if we jump in real quick, if I can actually jump in. I mean, he's got 62,000 strike attack. His blast is garbage, but he gives you a strike and a blast. So not the end of the world. You put him on a team with only strike cards. You know, he's got his one blast card. That's pretty good. His key restore speed is 2200 for a hero unit. That's so solid. 2900 on the critical. Defenses aren't bad. I mean, if you give him a little bit of buffing, could really make it work. Again, he's only maintained because of Super Saiyan Bardock. I wouldn't run him on any team besides a Holy Trinity wannabe team. And even then, you're going to run Broly. But if you want to have a little fun and change the game up a little bit, this is the kind of stuff you got to do. It's not too bad form of attack. 15% more strike damage. You get Super Kamehameha. But beyond the limits, increases his own ki recovery by 30%. 25% of strike damage. It's a really, really, really solid main ability. Almost as good as Turlet's, getting HP back and everything. Purple-based strike attack. I do wish it was Saiyan. You'd be seeing him a lot more if it was just Saiyan strike attack, but that's okay. And if he's working with Gohan, which there is an extreme Gohan that's base form that's red, that works really well with the purple unit, you could rock him on that. Really, any Gohan, honestly. Even Ultimate Gohan may not be terrible with him, because he's still Sun Family. So Sun Family, I guess, could work. Actually, no, yeah, the more I break it down, Sun Family actually wouldn't be too bad. Anyway, number 5 is going to be Hero Super Saiyan Goku. Solid unit, Peep is 498 if you want to see a little bit more in depth about him. Okay, now we're getting to where it's difficult. We're on to the extremes where we have 2 extreme units, and this is going to be our number 4 pick. Honestly, he's fantastic. I don't think I've used a more solid extreme than this Gohan. The only problem I have with him, I only have it 2 stars. But if you look at his stats, dude, he's sitting at 78,000 blast attack at 2 stars. 69,000 strike attack. That's not even bad. Look at his LBR stats. Those are sparking numbers. Those are easily sparking numbers. He's absolutely the best extreme there is. It's just the only problem and why I think he's underrated. Nobody even knows. Literally nobody even knows he exists. Like, yeah, I mean, of course there's people out there who keep very good track of the game, but if you're just a casual player and you're just logging in doing your dailies, you barely go on PvP, you're not looking at that stuff, you may not even know he's a thing. Like, you may not even know. He's in Master Pack 2 banner. So I have close to 100 tickets saved up. We're going to have that do a 100 ticket summon for the Master Pack banner coming up really soon. And I'm hoping to pull more of this Gohan. What makes him so good, he heals, own health by 10, and ki by 35 with this green card. That's so good. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Restores own health by 20%. 20% damage inflicted. Again, absolutely amazing. When I made my 498 on this guy, the only thing that I messed up, I did not put the proper equipment. So with him being an extreme green unit, what you can really do here, no, the 2 things that make him top tier is 1 is on Future and Hybrid Saiyans, 2 is his equipment. So he's got access to stuff like this, 15% on strike attack, a bunch on both defenses, and the big one, obviously being an extreme unit, he has access to these equipments. So there's one for nearly every typing. There's a blue, red, and green now. I don't believe there's a purple one yet or a yellow one yet, but when those come out, it makes extremes almost top tier. You can get this equipment right now. You need to go farm this equipment right now. It took me so many to get both of those gold. You have no idea. It took me so long. So, go farm this equipment. Definitely worth it. It makes him, that's what makes him top tier. And my whole game glitched out. I apologize. It's like, I don't know, it keeps doing that with my Wi-Fi. That's why I stopped using my freaking Wi-Fi. It just pisses me off, dude. So that's going to be our number 4 pick, Ultimate Gohan. Future Gohan, fantastic extreme unit. If not, he's better than like 30% of the Sparkings that are in this game, and he's only 2 stars. Like, he's fan-freaking-tastic. Okay, number 3 was a really hard decision. It's going to be Super Saiyan Vegeta from Fusion Reborn. He is phenomenal. Now, it was between him and B-Pan. And I chose not to go with B-Pan because she's from the same pack. She has the same problem as Gohan, that it's like many people do not know she exists. But she's fantastic. Either way, this Vegeta is the one I chose. 80,000 blast attack. Defense is a little bit lower, but it's not a big deal. Critical is solid. Ki restore speed is 2300. Strike attack is 71,000. Really good stats. LBR-wise, 84,000 blast attack is so good. Like, that's really, really, really good. And he's Sagas from the movies. Like, you can't argue that instantly, that jumps him to the top right there of extreme units. It doesn't matter what unit you are, if you can't fit on a team, let alone, in my opinion, the best team in the game, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? There's no, it doesn't matter how good you are. If you can't fit on a team, like Evil Boo coming out, if Regeneration wasn't solid, he wouldn't be good. You know what I mean? Like, this guy wouldn't be that good if Movies wasn't ridiculously amazing. So yeah, that's my number 3 pick. It was right between him and B-Pan, but I had to go with Super Saiyan Vegeta. He's phenomenal. Okay, my number 2 pick. Now, I'm putting Saiyan Saga Vegeta here. As much as you may not agree with me, I'm putting him here. Now, the reason I think he's so good is because he's slept on. People don't keep... It's like how... Okay, so... Try and explain this without being an idiot and stumbling over my words. So when Janemba came out, nobody knew how good his green card was. Like, people knew, but you know what I mean? In the first couple of weeks, it was like they didn't know how to combat it. So everybody was still doing their one little ki blast. It's the same thing with this Vegeta. But we're going on like 3 months now, and I can't tell you how often I get them with that green card being able to just push everything away from me and then just go after him with attacks. It is the best green card in my opinion. And I know that's a heck of a statement to say when people are getting heals and everything, but you can get heals and whatever else. But that's the best green card to be able to shove everything away from you. I'm 99% sure it stops Rising Rush if it's a very small window, but I know I've done it. I just don't know if they've gotten rid of that or whatever else, but it's a very small window where it stops Rising Rush, but it does do it. So it's insane. It's crazy. Take a look over here at his arts. Explosive Wave, that's the one. 25% more damage inflicted on strike. So if you can get it to where... If you can get it to where you hit a blue unit with that, you might kill him if you got 4 strike cards. Honestly. Plus 15% damage inflicted to... Okay, great. Fantastic. It's crazy. So I'm a big fan of this Vegeta, and you guys know that. And I know I probably shouldn't be putting him here because of that. Because a lot of you guys know from watching my channel that he's good. But I feel like he's massively slept on because of this Z ability. Now, that is one of the best types of Z ability if you're going to get one. If you're going to get one for colors, that's one of the absolute best. What you don't want is you don't want strike attack and strike defense. Like, those are good, of course, and they have their viability. Like Trunks and Goten being blue, they work, but they got to be both there to boost all the stats. You just get both your defenses this way. So if offense is going to be your game, you put on equips for that. Obviously, there's ways to work around it, but in my opinion, it's one of my favorite types of Z abilities. That's what makes the team that I've been using with Zamasu, him, and Green Piccolo work, because you're able to hit those 2 colors. Now, when we start getting more teams that are more diverse, and they, oh look, all Cell Saga units get buffed, or all Saiyan Saga units, that'll be a whole different story. But for right now, I love that type of Z ability, and it works very well for me. Restores his own health by 20%, he survives a Rising Rush, 30% damage inflicted. I would highly recommend it. So if you don't have this Vegeta, next time he comes around, summon for him. He is worth it in my opinion. Now, I know as a number 2 slot, but I really couldn't think of anybody else that's like slept on. Because there's units like Trunks up there. He's kind of slept on. Blue Trunks, Super Saiyan 2. But he slept on for a reason. He's not that amazing. You know what I mean? So it's like, there's reasons to that. Nobody's sleeping on, you know, Goku. When he first came out, he was fantastic. Nowadays, not so much. So it's just how it is. Anyways, that's my number 2 pick out of this list of 6 that's now taken forever. Yeah. Oh, and make sure you do what he just did, too. Dia Toro. Appreciate you. Let's get in and check out number 1. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to know who it is, but... Okay, it's the big bad boy, Deborah himself. Now, I put him here because a lot of people think with him not having a tag, it hinders him. It doesn't. Not even a little bit. It, truthfully, because what makes him fantastic is not being on a team. It's him literally just being there with that green card and with his paralyzed yellow card. That's literally what makes him worth having on the team. On top of that, his green card is pretty good. Restores his own ki by 30, reduces damage to the team by 10%. So if you can pop a couple of those green cards, you're mitigating by like 30% next time. Like, that's great. Like, any attack that's coming in your way. He can survive a lot of combos being blue. There's a butt ton of support for him. He already boosts his own attacks. He's already a great support as it is. But you could boost up just his defenses. And then he's covered. That's every stat he's got except for his HP. It's fantastic. Evil Impulse. Chance to paralyze. 30% is pretty high. I think that's what Gogeta has on his attack as well. But with Feint, obviously, which is better. But deals major explode damage. So as opposed to a standard one, I don't really think it matters too much. It's going to hit Yamcha harder, so that's cool, I guess. I don't know if that's what you're after. Z ability, so this is a really, really good main ability. Nullify 3 attribute downgrades to self, nullify 1 attribute downgrade to each ally. So, if you think Deborah's going to die, what you want to ideally do is pop his main ability right then. So then number 1, he's going to nullify. He nullifies his own, so you can pop it a little bit sooner if you want to, but your allies aren't going to be any kind of, no downgrades are going to be happening there. They're not getting their attacks lowered. They're not getting their stats lowered. Nothing. It's fantastic. It's really good. That only covers 1. Of course, he gets 3. You look at someone like Godku, he starts with 3. So there's a lot of positives to that, but it's just, he's one of the most slept on units. And a lot of people think it's just, oh, it's just Deborah. I thought the same thing. I was like, it's just Deborah. It doesn't matter, dude. Who cares about Deborah? I know I don't. Well, you should start caring about Deborah. Inflicted damage is Hyper Saiyan. Doesn't really matter, but I mean, Ultimate Gohan's kind of running around right now. 40% basically makes you that, you know, at least neutral type. So that's not bad. Stone Spit. Every time you come in, you steal one of their cards. I did not know how annoying this was until I had it done to me. Every time that stupid Deborah would come in, I was playing a match the other night, come in and steal one of my freaking slots. And it's one of the most irritating things. 10 counts doesn't seem that long, but it's long enough that it's like, bro, I need to click that combo going. So it's good. I don't know, man. I put him there. A lot of people were kind of probably going to be not the biggest fan of him being there, because I'm sure there's other Sparkings you guys would think. Of course, let me know your guys' list. 2 heroes, 2 extremes, 2 Sparkings. Leave that in the comment section. I'm going to get out of here. My most slept on unit in this game for Sparking wise, I feel like it's Deborah. My opinion. If you enjoyed Dragon Ball Legends, again, go down below, subscribe to the channel, leave me a like. I'm going to get out of here. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.
I command the demon realm, and now your fate.